So guys, welcome back. Next video in the series, I want to be talking about, in my personal opinion, the best piece of kit you can buy for any home or commercial gym. Now, whether this is just the bare bones of a gym you've got at home in your garage, whether it's an outside one in your garden, or whether you like taking some kit with you to the gym like I do, because sometimes not all gyms have this bit of kit in that I love to train with. Personally, it's for cost, for ease of use, for scalability, for ease ability to take with you when you are traveling locally or internationally. There is nothing really that, in my opinion, comes close to them. And you're probably thinking, ooh, tell me more, what is it? Bish bash bosh. Well, this is what it is. The humble gymnastics rings. So, yes, these aren't your standard gymnastics rings. These are made by my friend Ben and his company, if you see it there, Cali Ring. This is his company from Germany. Basically, when I was abroad traveling, training at one of Dominic's guys' camps, Ben was there, one of the guys. I didn't know who he was, but he was one of the other students, and he brought his product, CaliRing, this to the training camp for people to test and get feedback. I loved it immediately, thought it was great. It combines a standard gymnastics ring with a parallette. Now, I know I've sidetracked here a bit, but just giving you an insight as to why this is such a good bit of kit. It's got a quick release system like of a seatbelt buckle for a car. So I can go straight from floor-based exercises to hanging exercises as quick as that. Usually, gymnastics rings that everyone will know, they'll have a strap which loops over the ring. And once you set them up, it takes a minute to take the ring out, but they're only really useful hanging from the straps. These can be used on the floor. Anyway, they're phenomenal. But I'll drop his link to his page in the description below because they are a phenomenal bit of kit and they're worth every penny. The build quality, the attention to detail, and how much use I've had out of them is ridiculous. So, yeah. Coming back to the main reason why gymnastics rings. So, as I mentioned before, a good set of gymnastics rings can vary from £100 at the top end, let's say. They were slightly more than that, but I was happy to pay that price because it combines a parallette, all the way from probably £30. So you're looking to spend not so much money for a incredibly durable, lightweight, and bit of kit that you can scale to numerous levels with it. When you've seen gymnasts perform routines on the rings, I don't think there's a single person that can't say it's not impressive and it doesn't demonstrate strength. The fact is that they are usable for every level, and that is one thing I absolutely love about them. You can set them up and you can train the whole body, like a whole body routine or even isolation work. All you need is somewhere high to hang them. So a branch, a beam in the house, a rig like a squat rack or a pull-up bar, they're good to go. They take a minute roughly to set up. In fact, I'm even going to drop a video over this one so you can just watch me using them, setting them up, and you can get an idea as to how quick actually it is to just throw them up there and get a session underway. The fact that, like I say, the scalability, you can go from beginner all the way to advanced with, depending on skills, from bodyweight rows, and you look at advanced people doing like reverse muscle ups on rings. They're just unbelievably scalable in terms of how basic they are, but what you can actually do with them. Now, in terms of like the price, they're cost effective. You cannot buy weights at the same price point and get all the same benefits. So let's take an average weight for the average person, a barbell with, let's say, 80 kilo of weight, so you're totaling 100 kilos. Now, yes, you can do a lot with barbells and weights. I'm not discrediting them in any way, shape or form. I still use them myself. But I cannot take that, that 100 kilo set with me to the gym every day. If you're traveling to your gym doesn't have one, I very much doubt that, but it's just a scenario. You can't take it on the airplane with you unless you're The Rock, who travels with the gym with him all over the country, because it's just going to be not practical. The amount you have to pay for the luggage, the weigh-in, then you've got to transport 100 kilo around with you. It's just, a stupid idea. And you kind of are limited to what you can do with the barbell and the weights, depending on like the incremental increases I'm talking, because jumping from like 1 plate aside to 2 plates aside is a big jump. So then you need to credit for having all the micro weights and adjustments that you need. Unlike just that single bit of kit right there that's next to me, I can literally scale from beginner to advanced in that. I need more weights, I don't need more specialist stuff. I can travel with them in my suitcase. They weigh probably 5 kilo altogether, probably less than that. So it fits in my suitcase. I've got a gym that I can take with me. I can set it up as and where I need it. I can train outside, I can train inside. The fact that they are not going to break, I've had all the gyms I've trained, I've never known a set of them break, ever. Even the lower price models with the not so good straps and buckles still don't break. The weight holding on them is crazy. So when we're breaking down this and looking at what we're getting for our money here, it's a no-brainer. Because the only thing I think that limits people from wanting to use them more is, first off, there's a preconception that they're easy. I'm telling you right now, they are not easy. Now, yes, you can make exercise easier, but they are not easy to master. So anyone that has that as a belief and thinks weights are superior and more challenging, false, straight up false. Because it's deceivingly how hard things can be made with your own body weight. Not to mention the fact that you can then start adding weight to you when you get stronger. You can add weight, so weighted dips, you can do weighted press-ups, weighted chin-ups, weighted rows. You've got that ability with the rings that you can still add weight to yourself and get that exponential progression in your overall strength output. So straight away, people that think they're easy, no way. The fact that you can take them with you, you can't take your gym with you, but they are a gym that you can take with you. So I think they are one of the bits of kits that don't get enough attention for people. And even that, if there's any, I know men are going to be probably more into this topic, but I know women's training is certainly picking up more, which is fantastic. Now, this isn't just for men, and by no means was I going to say that from the get-go, but these aren't just for men, right? Women, you can do so much with these. And if you're looking for kit to take with you to the gym, just throw away your mini bands, because I see them all the time for growing glutes, and it's just, they were just a great marketing ploy, and people have jumped on them thinking that they're going to be bringing like these outrageous gains for women to shape the bum. They're not useless, but if I was to tell you to choose between mini bands or gymnastics rings, I'd tell you to pick a set of them every day of the week for everything else you can do on them, and the fact that you can train the whole body and you can still do incredibly challenging exercises, especially for your legs, your glutes, the posterior chain, which are going to bring some unbelievable strength and changes to your body. So I absolutely love them. I think they're incredibly underrated as a bit of kit because of everything that I've mentioned before. The transportability, the price, and the scalability alone make them an absolute staple for my training, for my own future gym, which I'm going to have a gym at home at some point, because, yeah, there's literally no downsides to using them. The fact that there's so many ways to scale exercises with them, and adjusting the height and the setup, which obviously you've seen in the video, it's seconds, right? So there's no complicated setup. There's a very low barrier to entry in terms of your starting point with them, and you can keep scaling it as long as you are wanting to progress and how far you want to push the progression with them. I think that they are, without a doubt, the single best bit of kit on the planet, and I'd love to know your guys' thoughts if you think it's something else. And this isn't me saying that that's a fact, this is just purely my opinion, but I'm hoping that you guys can sort of rationale and see if you're not training with the rings or you're curious about starting them, please do, because they are just one of the most versatile and challenging bits of kit that you can buy. And I'm in relatively all right shape. I'll throw a picture up of me at some point during this video. You know, by no means am I some sort of Greek god or a bodybuilder, because that's not my ambition. I train more for performance. And the fact that I absolutely love training. It's a major passion of mine. It's not based around doing it for attention of others, but there's proof in the concept that they still get you in good shape. They really do. And then I add to that, have you ever seen a gymnast on the rings that doesn't have an absolutely ridiculous upper body from all the exercises and drills that they do on them? No. All of them have just got absolutely yoked arms, like massive broad shoulders and chests, and it just goes to show it's possible on them. So I'm hoping that this video is, if you're a passionate trainer or a passionate athlete or someone who's just starting getting into fitness, these can be used at every single one of those levels. And this is why they are so fucking good. Like, you know, really good. And especially my friend Ben's product, CaliRing, which I'll drop in the description below, so you guys can check his website out and support him, because his vision, he's changed the game with that bit of kit, and I know the attention to detail and the passion he has for the product. So yeah, exciting times. Hopefully you guys have found this useful. If you've got any questions regarding the product, gymnastics rings, or training in general, or if you've got something of your own view that you want to share or talk about, do drop it in the comments below. Follow and subscribe, because I do appreciate every single one of you that does so. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming on this channel, all things health and optimization. Bosh.